I don't know what I'm saying. Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a book tag, and it's going to be an extremely seasonal book tag because today I'm doing the finally fall book tag. I am super excited for the fall. Autumn is my favorite season. I love feeling melancholic and sentimental, and autumn, the kind of grayness mixed with the colorful leaves, it always makes me feel this way. And I love to be sitting at home, feeling warm, drinking something hot, and just enjoying reading. So today I thought it would be fun to do a autumn-based seasonal book tag. So here we are. Here we go. This book tag has 10 questions altogether. They're quite long, so I'm gonna be using my notebook to read the questions. So I think let's just dive into this book tag as if it was a pile of fallen leaves. Wow, I'm even cringing myself. Either way, question 1 is: in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. For this, I chose the Bastan trilogy by Dolores Redondo. So this is a trilogy that I've talked a lot on my channel recently because I just recently finished it. And I absolutely loved it. I still think that book 2 was probably my favorite one, but just to let you know what it is about, it's a mystery series. We're following Inspector Salazar, who is a Spanish investigator. She lives in the Basque country, and this story is of her investigating some weird cases connected to her hometown, to her childhood, but also connected to mythology. These books are super atmospherical. The weather really plays a massive role, and the way it's described, you literally feel like you are in the Basque country with the rain pouring down, with everything freezing over, with a lot of nature surrounding you. Plus you have these magical elements of mythology, of the Basque mythology, and it's something magical and it's something immersive, and I highly recommend this series. Question number 2 is: nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with heavy topics. For this one, I'm cheating a little, but it's my channel, so I can do whatever I want. So for this one, anything by Jakub Małecki will be a perfect choice. The beauty of his writing is something that still shocks me, and I'm still surprised by how much I love the way he creates the stories, the way he uses words to create worlds and characters, and it's just so beautifully written. Every book, well, I haven't read all of them, but every book that I read by him is just amazingly written. It doesn't matter what I'm reading, even though the content is really interesting and deals with a lot of heavy topics. The main reason why I love these books is Małecki's writing style, but also is his ability to, through his words, to reach me and play on my heartstrings like we're in an opera. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that I love how Małecki writes, and I'm super happy that a new book is coming out. I'm just so grateful for his books. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. I, in general, don't read a lot of non-fiction, but there is one memoir that I picked up recently. You probably already know it. Probably you know it already if you've been following my channel. Obviously what I'm talking about is Becoming by Michelle Obama. This book is so wonderfully written, and it's just so real and shows the side to Michelle Obama that probably a lot of people don't know, because this is not something that we learn or is talked about in the media, and I'm really happy that she got the chance, she got the opportunity to talk about her experiences growing up and then being a student and up to being the first lady. Apart from learning about Michelle Obama's life, I learned so much about being a woman and using your voice and how to be the strongest you that you can be. And I think this book is really smart. I think what she is trying to say is really important, and like you can see how many tabs I have here. There's so many things that I really want to remember from this book. And yeah, Michelle Obama just proves by this book that she is the role model that many young girls and women are actually still looking up to. Question number 4 is, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people you love. Name a fictional family/friend group that you'd like to be a part of. By the time you're seeing this video, my book review, or kind of my video on the Mistborn trilogy, is up. So if you've watched that one, you probably know that it is this group of thieves that we're following in the Mistborn trilogy. I absolutely adored the banter, but also the friendship, that every character was different but everyone cared so much and had so much love for one another, and it was something that I would love to be a part of. I would love to have these thieves it's crazy to say, but I would love to have this crew as my friends, and because they just always had each other's backs, even though they were so different and even though they wouldn't agree on everything, but they still, no matter what, they had each other's backs, and it was just beautiful. It's just such a fun group as well to be in. So that is my answer. Question number 5 is, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of full colored spines. This is not a question. Okay, hang on. Is this okay? Is this okay? It would be so much easier if I hadn't just reorganized my bookshelves. Here it is. It's gonna be a lot of cleaning up to do. Question number 6 is, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Oh, I have a perfect one for this. The 13th Tale. It has tale in the title. This is probably the most autumnal book that I have ever read. The book is super mysterious, very atmospherical, and it's just full of surprises. But in the story we follow a young writer who is summoned to this older writer's house. She's been given a task to write up the older writer's life story, basically, and we learn about her story. She tells us the story in the present timeline, but also we jump back and forth to the past timeline where we actually get to see the events of what the author is telling the other author. Too many authors. There's storytelling involved, and I absolutely adored this book. Question number 7 is, the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Well, I must go for this one, don't I? Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I just recently read it. More than a couple of months now. June? July? It is, I think, probably the first horror novel that I've ever read, and it did creep me out so much. It's very dark, very creepy, very scary. This book, in a very terrifying way, shows you that basic human emotions are terrifying in themselves. And that's all you need to know. I'm not gonna tell you anything more about the plot. I think it's my first horror, but definitely not the last one. And I love how Stephen King wrote this story. It's a phenomenal book. Question number 8 is, the days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Why does it have to be short? Okay, so for this one I chose The Keeper of the Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. This is not a short story, but it's quite a short book. It's about a man who, throughout his life, is collecting little bits, little things that have been lost by other people, and then after he's passed away, he delegates this task of returning the lost things to their rightful owners to his assistant, who is on the verge of depression. It kind of gives her something to focus on. It is a very light, very heartwarming book story to read, and some characters are really lovely and just make your day. And there's one little girl in there, her name is Sunshine, or her nickname is Sunshine, and she's just this little precious thing. And it's definitely a nice story, very heartwarming, and I think definitely something that would brighten your day. Question number 9 is: fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. I did a whole video about the books that I want to reread, but I think right now, at this point in time, I really want to reread The Shadow of the Wind. This is the Spanish copy. The Shadow of the Wind is probably the most important book of my life, I think. It opened so many doors for me and I absolutely loved it. I loved the first book. I really enjoyed the second book, and then I haven't finished the rest of the series, but what I want to do is I really want to reread the first two and then continue on with the story. This is such an important book to me. The story starts when Daniel, who's a young boy, is taken by his father to the cemetery of forgotten books, and he is given the task of choosing one of the books from the library and reading it and protecting it from being forgotten. The story is so beautiful and it's just amazing, and this story really stole my heart. 10th and final question is: fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Well, you kind of looking at it, because this is my cozy pillow. It's like really soft and amazing. I just really love snuggling to it. So it's always on this chair, which I read mostly in. And then I have the set. This is the blanket, which is also extremely soft and cozy. So I just wrap myself in the blanket. I hug my pillow. I drink normally tea, hot tea or coffee, but definitely a hot beverage. I normally light a candle, or oh no, I actually do both very often. So I normally light a candle and then cast on my TV screen a fireplace, like a 10-hour loop of fireplace with the sounds, and it's just so cozy and nice. And also the fluffy socks. Big fluffy socks. If you give me all of these things, I would probably never move from this chair. Okay guys, so that was the finally full book tag. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down below your answers to these questions, especially what are your cozy accessories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for some more bookish content. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video soon. Bye!